Alrighty, so we're having here in Perkiomenville, Pennsylvania, some serious storms, electrical storms, and we've had some power outages during the day. So I don't know how this is going to go. If hopefully I'll be able to make it through a few songs and the video will work and the audio will work and that'll be all right. Interesting thing happened. Just as I was coming home, I had no internet connection for most of the day, no electricity for most of the day, and I left to be able to connect with my phone somewhere nearby. And when I just came back, on the wooden railing that leads to my building, I saw a dove. It was just waiting for me on the handrail. And then I got very near, and then it flew off to a nearby branch. And then I came inside, and I was getting ready to set up for this event, and I saw the glow of the light outside, and I knew there's a rainbow, and I went out, and there was the faintest, slightest of rainbows. If you didn't know what to look for, you might not have seen it, but I'm a pretty serious rainbow gazer. So I'm going to try to play 12 songs. I have no idea how it's going to go. First song, interestingly enough, dates back to maybe 1979 or 1980. It's a song called Lawrenceville. It was originally performed by our band No Shelter and written by John Creighton, the singer for No Shelter. He and I were political activists, and as fate would have it, we were sent by our radical organization to be the representatives at a big mass meeting. An organization was founded called the Richard Hayes Coalition to Stop Killer Cops. Richard Hayes apparently was a blind man who had a collapsible cane, and in the East Liberty section of Pittsburgh, when he was, the police were looking for some kind of suspect who was said to be armed, and when they saw Richard Hayes with his collapsible cane, they thought it was a weapon, and they killed him. 1979, 1980. Similarly, I don't know what the guy's first name was, but his name was Mr. Burns. Burns was his last name. In the town of Lawrenceville, the neighborhood of Pittsburgh, gentleman Mr. Burns on a Sunday morning was standing in front of the liquor store, and he had a heart attack. And the police rolled up and thought he was a drunk and threw him in the van and took him downtown when they could have saved his life. So this is going to have some bad language in it. I'm going to use, because the song is going to quote the police officers, and they used racially insensitive language. Now I could censor the word, or I can take a risk and hope that you're not going to try to get me fired from my job and run out on the rails, because you're going to like the song and you're going to like the spirit of the song. This is called Lawrenceville. Down in Lawrenceville, that's the place where Stephen Foster was born. Lawrenceville, Lawrenceville, on another Sunday morning. Sometimes it seems no matter where you set your feet, the street you're on is home. So you wander on down to Butler Street, where Carmela sells the biggest fish in town. The kids are playing a game with glass. The older kids are out trying to score some grass. An old man plays guitar in the warm August air, his little cap covering his thin and gray hair. His dog stands alert at the top of the stairs. Lawrenceville. That's the place where Stephen Foster was born. Lawrenceville, Lawrenceville, on another Sunday morning. On the mornings when the sun is bright, it's easy to forget the fears that came from working every day for the last 70 years. You stand outside the liquor store despite all the fears. You haven't had a drop to drink in over 7 years, but something's going wrong, there's a pain in your chest. The world starts spinning, it's hard to get your breath. And Butler Street is spinning around, there's two men in blue who are yelling something. Are they yelling at you? You collapsed in the doorway, and they threw you in the back of the police van, slammed your head against the cold metal floor in the back of the police van. They thought you were drunk like any other old nigger that they chase into the alley with their fingers on the trigger, but it was the cops who were drinking. Or were they just insensitive? Like the coroner said, you sure as hell weren't no relative of the rich downtown that the police serve. I swear someday they'll get what they deserve. I know that won't bring you back to life, Mr. Burns, but I might save our lives if we only learn. Down in Lawrenceville, that's the place where Stephen Foster was born. Lawrenceville, that's the place where Stephen Foster was born. Down in Lawrenceville, that's the place where Stephen Foster was born. On another Sunday morning. Witnesses, only passers-by who watched it happen but didn't see. Not 1 out of 100 will testify. So don't look at me. So don't look at me. There were 3 slugs in the car seat foam, 1 slug in the door. 1 slug was an old slug from another time before. 3 shells on the sidewalk, 3 shells on the street. The one that killed him wedged between the cushion and the seat. Well, tell me that's not Barbara there. Tell me that's not her. Tell me her son James was not the one. He stopped the car. Watch out for that broken glass. Pull over right up there. Oh my Lord, she lost her oldest boy this time last year. She lost her oldest boy. There were no witnesses, only passers-by who watched it happen but didn't see. No 1 out of 100 will testify. So don't look at me. Don't look at me. Oh damn, I was just getting started. Let's take this jam indoors. Can't even get a 6-pack after hours anymore. Everybody ran, you know they ran. That isn't right. Too bad they started shooting. Everybody loves a fight. Did a little bit of selling drugs, a little stealing cars, the normal stuff, the little stuff, a kid. They'll say he had a record, they'll say he been in jail, they're gonna say he died for what he did. They're gonna say he died for what he did. Oh, like I know something, like I was there. Oh, like I saw something, oh, like I care. They'll take my statement down, file your report. You know as well as I do that this case won't go to court. You come here with your cameras and your little microphones, reporting live the leading story, then y'all go home. A mural on the firehouse, a wreath that marks the spot. They'll plant another flower every time some kid gets shot. They're baking cookies now, preparing trays. Fire up the barbecue, marinating glaze. We'll say a prayer in silence. Everybody bow their heads in silence. Is in silence why he's dead. Is in silence why he's dead. There were no witnesses, only passers-by who watched it happen, but didn't see. Now 1 out of 100 will testify. So don't look at me. So don't look at me. So don't look at me. See a comment from Tom Arlotta that he was in the Navy. For me, it's just Popeye the Sailor Man. I am what I am, and I feel a little funny about it sometimes because I do not want to be accused of the stolen valor, and I have been out in public wearing this, and people will stop me and ask me what boat I was on and when did I serve? And it's like, it's just a Popeye hat. I'm sorry. All respect to those who did serve. So this is a song that goes way, way back about kind of staying out all night when you're young in the city and seeing a girl who dropped out of high school, and all kinds of rumors swirled around about her. And the song will speak for itself. Oh, did you see those lights? Oh, did you see them glowing? People milling around. They didn't know where they were going, dodging past the streetcars to the made-up women walking, to the businessmen beneath the lights of cocktail bars. Just around the corner, somebody from high school who dropped out because she needed an abortion. She doesn't recognize me. You've come a long way, baby, and you didn't turn out like I'm supposed to be. Town, and you're blending into the crowd, feeling lost and ready to lose. Beggars never get to choose. You just say, what a life, don't wanna go home tonight. You just say, what a life, don't wanna get lost tonight. You just say, what a life, I don't wanna give up tonight. The city life.
Well, did you taste that coffee? Well, did you have just 4 cups? You bury bitter aftertastes in sugar until your nerves tell you to get up and go out walking. This street is for prowling, and that street is for stalking. Are you looking for love, or whatever you call it? Call it what you like, but when you look into the lights, you know you just you appalling. She doesn't recognize me, I've come a long way, baby, and I didn't turn out like I'm supposed to be. It's city life, some say it's your pretty life. No pity, no consolation, no pain tonight. It's city life, some say it's your pretty life. With dingy streets full of people searching for affection at night. But if you ever go downtown and you're blending into the crowd, feeling lost and ready to lose, beggars never get to choose. You just say, what a life, don't wanna go home tonight. You just say, what a life, don't wanna get lost tonight. You just say, what a life, don't wanna give up tonight. Your city life.
So I don't know, I can see a video up here on the screen and it keeps freezing up, so I don't know what it's like on your end. But I came to play. Nothing I can do as far as troubleshooting, so I'm just going to play. Next song is based on a poem by a woman named Annette Dietz. This is a song called Winter's Grace. And so the refrain of the poem was by Annette, and the bridge of the poem. And I'd like to do this in memory of Brian Longo, a longtime friend of the Little Wretches, who died suddenly and tragically in the basement of David Flynn.
Some days the best I can do is clear a path for light. Some days the best I can do is clear a path for light. The best I can do while pinned below this jagged ice and blackened snow is call upon what good I know to clear a path for light. Some days the best I can do is clear a path for light. Some days the best I can do is clear a path for light. You call for help, but help won't hear. They wouldn't, would they? Leave me here. Ignore the doubt, deny the fear, and clear light. My friend lives in a deserted mine. He wears brokenness like a cloak. My friend lives in a deserted mine. He wears brokenness like a cloak. My friend lives in a deserted mine. Tonight we walk to the quiet shrine. The moon settles onto our upturned palms. With a brilliant dusting of snow, a brilliant dusting of snow. Best I can do is clear a path for light. Clear a path for light.
Wow. So I wish I could be, I've done things like this in Zoom meetings where there's like a grid of faces looking back at you, and you can make eye contact and you can see people kind of responding a little bit. And, you know, when they get up and walk away from their computers, they turn their cameras off. So the next song I'm going to do is, I'm sure a lot of my friends have a connection to Pittsburgh, and of course, the Shakespeare of the 20th century is from Pittsburgh, August Wilson. And, you know, I was actually a colleague of August Wilson's. I was a student of Rob Penny, the Black Studies Department at the University of Pittsburgh. And one of the things that August Wilson had was a real ear for language. And it said that he used to go out to coffee shops and diners and just sit and listen and write. And it's interesting, I didn't know August Wilson, but that's what I used to do. I have a kind of a photographic ear, and a great number of the lyrics that I'm singing have been pulled straight out of conversation. And this next song I'm going to do is based on a poem called My Father's Monologue on Thanksgiving. Literally, these words came right out of my father's mouth. He used to babble, and was never really sure who he was talking to, but these are my father's words with a little refrain that I wrote on my own. Nothing was given to me. I didn't get nothing for free. I worked more than my share, please don't call it fair. There's plenty that got worse than me. Nothing was given to me. Nothing was given to me. I'm a mailman in the union I fought in Korea. I'm Republican because those Democrats want to give the world away. I give $3 to the church every Sunday, and then I put a quarter in the poor box. I grew up in
in Soho near Oakland and Pittsburgh. I quit school in the 5th grade because my mother kept 5 kids on $17.50 a week. And I worked for a Jew who worked my butt off and paid me tish and robbed me blind. He worked enough hours a week that I could not get relief, and I hate him to this very day. My brother spent half his life learning a trade. He still has to work 2 jobs to keep his family. My sister got herself an education, and now she lives with my mother. She drinks Coke all day, takes pills, watches TV, and looks like hell. My mother goes to 8 o'clock mass every morning and prays all day for the good Lord to take her away. My father died when I was 9. He couldn't take it. Now I'm the only one in the family who visits his grave. I go there 3 times a year to trim the weeds. Nothing was given to me. I didn't get nothing for free. I worked more than my share. Please don't call it fair. There's plenty that got worse than me. 'Cause nothing was given to me. Nothing was given to me. My bones ache. I might die tomorrow. The bank owns my house, my car, and my furniture, and the house is falling down and sinking into the mines, and the furniture's coming apart, and the car is rusting away like it has cancer. I don't smoke anymore 'cause the doctor said it would kill me. I don't drink anymore 'cause the doctor said it would kill me. I don't do anything anymore except come home from work, feed the dogs, eat cold food out of a can, and sit on the back porch with nothing to bother me till it gets dark. The doctor says nothing about that. Got 2 sons and a daughter. I tell them to take everything they can get, but don't get what I got. Don't get what I got, 'cause nothing was given to me. I didn't get nothing for free. I worked more than my share, please don't call it fair. There's plenty that got worse than me. 'Cause nothing was given to me. Nothing was given to me. Nothing was given to me. Alrighty. So, there used to be a band in Pittsburgh. Some of you guys may have heard of them, or heard them, or known them. It was called Thickhead Grin, which I thought was a really cool name for a band, Thickhead Grin. And I don't know if it was Ed Masley or John Young or Scott Mervis. Somebody wrote a little profile about them in the newspaper. And I guess the band had, political leanings like I did, and he was considered himself on the radical side. And he made this statement, which when I read it, I was like, wow, I could have said that. He said, 2/3 of the world is starving,
but I have to listen to some guy sing about how his girlfriend hurt his feelings. I thought, yeah, I don't write a whole lot of songs about how my girlfriend wrote my feelings either. On the other hand, you ain't going to change nothing, much less the fabric of society, if you can't even maintain an intimate relationship with the person you love the most. So this is a song called Be Somebody.
Me want to think clearly, speak wisely, keep my disposition cheerful and lively, to be somebody that a woman like her could love. She makes me want to walk a little taller when I carry myself, to stand above the crowd, to be somebody that a woman like her could love. It was getting to be a habit with me to pretend that I didn't care. I could think for myself, do for myself, but knowing that she's there has made me break this hardened statue's brittle clay and become real. To be somebody that a woman like her could love. She makes me want to chase her down and catch her, look her square in the eye, leave no doubt how I feel. To be somebody that a woman like her could love. Getting to be a habit with me to accept the lot I've drawn. But now that I see possibilities, my brooding self is gone. She makes me want to bet against the odds this time and know the cost is steep. Throw down everything I have and play this one for keeps. Wrap my arms around her and carry her home and love her till she sleeps. She makes me want to be somebody, be somebody, be somebody that a woman like her could love. She makes me want to be somebody, be somebody, be somebody that a woman like her could love.
All right. So I know some of you guys, politically astute, remember who the Weather Underground was. The next song is actually based on like the European version of the Weather Underground. They were called Bader Meinhof Complex. And I saw a movie about them. And setting out to do good deeds, meaning perfectly well, then ended up committing some crime and were sentenced to be executed. And I think the last 4 remaining members took their own lives in their jail cells. And I'm sure they probably went out in the deepest, darkest despair. Who knows if they still believed that their cause had been just or not. All I'm thinking of is they set out to do something good and ended up in the deepest, darkest hole. And, I think about myself and think, hey, do the work. Who knows where it leads? Tomorrow will decide what yesterday means.
One week palms, joy and praise, hearts are lifted, voices raised. The next week nails and crowns of thorns, the Mother of God herself will mourn. A handful of stragglers waits at the scene, asking themselves what it is that they've seen. Best go home, assess our losses. 1 week palms, next week crosses. 1 week palms, next week crosses. Most of life goes on unseen. All I can say is tomorrow will decide what yesterday means. A single mom with 3 small kids, a picnic lunch under the bridge. Cast a line, catch a few fish, eat spaghetti off a styrofoam dish. Throw your ball, ride your bike, there you go, just play nice. Look, ma, look, you got a bite, he stole your bait, story of my life. 1 week palms, next week crosses. Mostly life goes on unseen. All I can say is tomorrow will decide what yesterday means. A mother with her children on the 4th of July, waving sparklers on a cordoned off street. I told you keep your shoes on, don't blame me when you wind up with glass in your feet. Birthday parties, wedding gifts, gotta run to the store, can you give me a lift? Oh, this looks cool, what's it do? It catches dreams, oh that isn't true. Well, how do you know? You gotta believe. Alright, ask, you shall receive. Give me back the friends I lost. Yeah, that's right, just like I thought. One week palms, next week crosses. Mostly life goes on unseen. All I can say is tomorrow will decide what yesterday means. All I can say is tomorrow will decide what yesterday means. All I can say is tomorrow will decide what yesterday means.
It's weird, I'm watching my screen here, and on the screen I'm still strumming my guitar, although in real life I finished the song seconds ago. Next song I'm going to do, I worked in the early 90s for the Pittsburgh Public Schools. I was just taught full-time for a half year at Brashear High School, and I had 9th graders, I had 10th graders, and I had 11th graders. But my homeroom were seniors, and sometimes might only be 7 or 8 of them would show up for homeroom, And some of them had jobs, like they were working as, bus people at tables or waiters or waitresses or dishwashers till 3 in the morning. And Brashear High School in Pittsburgh draws a lot of kids from the Hill District. And I was listening to one kid talking about his arsenal of guns. And, I was a little taken aback. I was like, wow, this kid's, 17, 18 years old, and he has all these guns at home? And he would talk about walking home from his job, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and having to go past some potentially bad situations. And I asked him, hey, well, wouldn't it be safer to just take the long way home and avoid the trouble? And he was like, man, I worked all night. This is my neighborhood. I'm not walking around the block. If anybody's got trouble with me, they got trouble. So overhearing some of these conversations, I went into this song. This is a song called Whether or Not You Like It.
Walls are shaking and the wind utters a cough. The electric light is buzzing and it flickers on and off. And marijuana smoke is rising through the ventilation. And the downstairs neighbor's music is so loud that the vibration is synced up to your heartbeat. Your pulse is racing, so you gaze out of the window at the world you have been gracing. And you feel like a ghost who can't touch or be touched, because the swirl of contending emotions too much. And you don't even know what you're doing. Something everybody should try. You don't even know what you're doing. Down on the sun's walk, the girls are trading rhymes. 30 of the better to help them pass the time. They got an idea to tally up their assets and buy about a gram of something sure to make your ass sweat. Get a little high and sell the balance to some squares who'll never know that they've been shorted. They're so grateful they don't care. Whether or not you like it, baby. Whether or not you like it, baby. Whether or not you like it, baby. Down on the sidewalk, the jaws are going full speed. Boys who would be men are talking like they are the new breed. See the task force coming with the tack dog steaming, and the cops come gunning, and the crowds run screaming, and the kids are wearing t-shirts saying NBC. What's that mean? NBC, nobody cares, least of all me. You don't even know what you're saying. Something in the back of your mind. You don't even know what you're saying. Walls are shaking and the wind utters a sigh as your eyes trace the path of a rocket through the sky. You're staring out the window and you're looking for a friend, and the downstairs neighbor plays the same song again and 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 again. Oh, goddamn, how many times? It's getting old, babe. Try our mind. you like it, baby. Whether or not you like it, baby. Whether or not you like it, baby. You don't even know whether or not you like it. You don't even know whether or not you like it. Whether or not you like it. And you don't even know.
All right. Here's one of the earliest Little Wretches songs called Neither Here Nor There. One of my favorite artists, Garland Jeffries, has a great album called The King of In Between. That's kind of the story of the Little Wretches. Not rock enough to be rock, not folk enough to be folk, not cutesy enough. Whatever it is, we're not enough of it, but we got great songs.
It's always 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's cold when we come up for air. In our world, it's always 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I'm neither here nor there. I'm neither here nor there. Sitting up, awake in bed, an ashtray and a light. You're thinking of the lover who you chased away last night. That ever watchful, unforgiving spirit you exhaust. You're staring down the memory of the innocence you lost. It's always 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's cold when we come up for air. In our world, it's always 3 o'clock in the morning. Whoa, I'm neither here nor there. I'm neither here nor there. I'm neither here nor there. Stirring to my touch, with every kiss you come alive. You're turning loose the image of a hug you don't survive. That ever watchful, unforgiving spirit calls you slave. You're staring down the memory of the innocence you crave. Why do you insist on putting my love to the test? You stay awake all night to watch the sunrise in the west. In our world, it's always 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's cold when we come up for air. In our world, it's always 3 o'clock in the morning. Whoa, whoa, I'm neither here nor there. I'm neither here nor there. I'm neither here nor there.
All right. Okay, so I'm a big fan of the songwriter Lou Reed, and he probably has 12, 13 different versions of Sweet Jane. which is, one of his most popular songs. Well, I probably have 12 or 13 different versions of this song. This is called Who is America? Wrote it a long time ago, and every time I have a band, since it never turned into a hit, I try to turn it into one. So here we go. Who is America? Steals a line from my brother. My brother wrote a poem called In America They Call It Fear.
Who is America? Is this America? Who is America? Is this America? Who is America? Is this America? Well, counting the bottles all empty and broken. Spending your time daydreaming and hoping. You live check to check, you try not to complain. And try not to think of what you'll never obtain. You're up in the morning and you're down in the spirit. You're 5 minutes late and they don't want to hear it. Getting dark to half hour. Get shocked by how pointless these people are, mindless and spineless and jointless. Who is America? Is this America? Who is America? Is this America? Who is America? Is this America? Prettier girls caress styrofoam coffee cups. A cigarette smoke and a mirror for making up. You look pretty normal, but you feel out of place. 'Cause you don't care about the things they chase. Family and friends give each other support, spending their lives selling themselves short. The years fly past when you're caught in the flow. A person can't want what a person don't know. Who is America? Is this America? Who is America? Is this America? Who is America? Is this America? Who's the big shark in the small pond? Who's the uncrowned king of the dump? Every now and then you like to toss a few crumbs to watch all the suckers jump. You take care of your own kind first. Those who have shall have more. There's one pen mightier than the sword that signs a declaration of war. Any boy can be president, but only one per generation. When one man strikes it rich, 99 others find deprivation. For every beast of burden who is cut loose from the yoke, 99 others work twice as hard, believing they've got a hope. Don't be afraid when you're out late waiting for morning. It's just better time, best view in the world. There's thunder and the lightning is gonna start pouring. We didn't pay attention. We got the best view in the world. Who is America? Is this America? Who is America? Is this America? Who is America? Is this America? Ooh, in America they call it fear. Ooh, in America they call it fear. Ooh, in America they call it fear. Ooh, they call it fear.
All right. Another one. I'm going to take this one back to the beginning. Again, I gave a little trigger warning at the top of the set, but that was like almost an hour ago. This song uses bad language and makes a reference to domestic violence, and that might shake you up. Me personally, I'm so hardened to stuff that shakes you up. I hope it's. I hope you'll find redemption in it, and it won't ruin your night.
Your sense of fashion is reminiscent of a finely tuned tool of precision. Turn it on and turn it off. It's just a job, the only way to make a living. Get them off, 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 off. Your sense of passion, a sexy rap. You lure them right into your lap. It's very quick and objective. You're not selective if you wanna have fun. Contraceptive, 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 contraceptive. You don't touch me. 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 Contraceptive, contraceptive, contraceptive. She complained she didn't like the way it felt. It gave her pain. He had to be a man. He had to be a man. So he beat the living shit out of her. Bam, bam, bam in the emergency room. He didn't know what to say. Don't touch, it's very gray, gray, gray today. Don't touch me. You don't touch me. You don't touch me.
All righty. So I'm going to do one more song, and this song I've taken a few stabs at. It draws heavily, the lyrics draw heavily from the movie Cool Hand Luke, and it also references my mom and dad used to stay up and watch TV, and there was a show where there was a boat that was pulling away from a dock, and it had a number on the back of the boat, and my dad played the number, and it hit one of the biggest positive events in their married life, I do believe, and got us a Magnavox stereo. So this is a song about losing your friends as they fall off the earth one at a time, and shaking your fist at God.
Everyone who knew me, they're all gone now. My friends are gone now, everyone. Those lifelong heart-to-heart friends that you die for, they've gone to where you cannot come back from. It's all between me and God now. Well, how do you like that deal? Just like I thought, standing in the rain, talking to myself. Love me, kill me, let me know you're real. Well, I didn't make this chalked up world, and whatever damage I might have done, it sure ain't worth pressing charges. That is, if justice is what you want. But if you're looking for mercy or forgiveness, ain't that the big cog in your machine? If there was one thing I could change about myself, I wish I had a lower threshold of pain. 'Cause you know I could always stand up to a beating. You can back me down sometimes, but I won't quit. But they don't get out no battles of valor for being stupid enough to put up with this. Remember when I played the number she saw on the boat pulling out of the dock? The bookmaker hid for a week before it finally paid up. I took her to Sears Roebuck, bought a brand new Magnavox. It was just what she always wanted. But where are we gonna get the money? I pulled the cash out of my pocket, you should have seen her. It's all between me and God now. No one said it was fair. You can wait me out, you can starve me out, you can shut me up. Love me, kill me, let me know you're there. Love me, kill me, let me know you're there. Love me, kill me, let me know you're there. Alrighty, 12 Little Wretches songs in 1 hour,
5 minutes and 5 seconds. So anybody who's out there, thank you for being there. If you want to support the Little Wretches or me, I never say no when being asked to play. So having a venue nearby, having a house party, having a picnic, I'll show up with my guitar. So anyhow, good night, God bless, and let's hear it for Doves and Rainbows.